This is a tutorial video on creating professional looking and effective landing pages using the GetResponse platform. So let's get started by logging into your GetResponse account, and from the menu here, click on Landing Pages. Here you'll see your existing landing pages if you have any. You have the option to edit them, or if you want to create a new one, click on Create Landing Page. Next, choose from many templates designed by GetResponse, or you can create your own from scratch. If you create it from scratch, you'll see that you'll still have some basic layouts to choose from. They start off totally blank, and then you can insert your images, your color scheme, and all your other content. The templates designed by GetResponse are very helpful because the designs are laid out professionally with images and backgrounds already in place and a set of colors that look good together. All of these things are important to create a landing page that's effective and makes the visitor take that call to action. The templates are categorized based on what the objective is of your landing page. Do you want signups and registrations? Or perhaps you're promoting a video or a webinar? You have a few options to choose from. And these templates really do save you a lot of work, so that once you've selected a template, you can begin adding your text, images, content to something that already looks great. You can click on any one of these landing pages to get a better preview. You'll see a preview of the landing page and the thank you page. This is the page that visitors will see if you have any kind of a sign-up form and the visitor completes that form. This is the page that they'll see thanking them for filling out the form, and you can also customize that page as well. And when you're ready to select your landing page, just give it a name and click Next. Now it will load the landing page editor. And just so you know, in preparation for this video, I did extensive research as to the official name of this GetResponse monster, but all I could find is the name GetResponse Monster. If you have any clue on the name of this little dude, please leave it in the comments so I can share that bit of wisdom in future videos. That'd be awesome, thanks. So this is the landing page editor, and let's go over all the tools here. The first thing you'll see here are the arrows that allow you to undo and redo the changes you've made. That's always very helpful. In this top bar, you'll see some tabs. The tab that says Variant A, that's the main version of this page. You can create multiple versions. For example, if you want to do A/B tests, you might want to create a version of this page that has a different video, and with analytics you can determine which video has a better conversion rate to get visitors to take a call to action. And if you don't need any variants of your website, you can just click on Delete to any additional variants that you created. Under the Thank You tab, this is how you can customize the thank you page. That's the page people see when they submit the form. In just a little bit, I'll show you how you can choose whether you want your visitors to go to this page you choose that you can customize, or perhaps you want them to go to an outside URL, or you can make them stay right on this page after they fill out the form. Just make sure you customize this page if you plan to use it. This icon here is very important because it creates a mobile optimized version of your website, and you can edit the mobile version independently from the desktop version, and we'll cover that in just a moment. This preview button will launch a new window in your browser so you can see what your web page looks like to the outside world. This HTML button will allow you to access the actual HTML code of your landing page. This gear icon will give you access to the SEO settings along with additional settings like adding an image that will appear when this page gets shared on Facebook. The Save button allows you to save your work as you go, or you can save and exit, or you can save this as a template if you think this is a landing page you're going to be using again. The Next Step button, we'll click that when we're done customizing this page. So let's go over this menu bar on the right. It has all the design and layout elements. The first one is called Section. You'll see that this page is laid out in horizontal sections, and you can add and remove sections easily. The blue highlight tells you that that's the section that has been added. Double-click on the section to change things like the background color, or perhaps you want to add a background image instead. In the Design menu, you can add all kinds of elements on top of your section by simply dragging and dropping them. You can add a product box, some text, images, buttons, forms, some basic shapes. You can promote a webinar, which you're also hosting through the GetResponse platform. You can add countdown timers, videos, social media buttons, PayPal integrations. And you can see just how easy it is to use any one of these elements by simply dragging and dropping them. I'll expand this section here so I can drag a text box here and double click on it so I can add text, and then I can see the text editor where I can change things like the font and font size. Next, I'll add an image to my landing page, and here's how I can choose which image along with some editing tools. You can edit or replace it using these buttons here. When you click this replace button, it takes you to the image library. Here is where GetResponse saves all the images you've ever uploaded, whether it was for an email or a landing page. They're all stored here. You also have access to these Shutterstock images. There's a lot of professional images which you're free to use in your landing page. Definitely check these out. And you even have access to these animated GIF files if you want to get real creative. So let's go back to these Shutterstock files and we'll pick an image that we can play around with. You can see that these editing tools are very easy to use. By clicking on this tool, you can add a border or a drop shadow to your image. I'll add a small drop shadow here, which makes the image look much nicer. So that's how you add and edit images. The next layout element I'll show you is creating buttons. It's always helpful to be able to create attractive buttons so that your visitors can link to somewhere outside. You can choose exactly what kind of link it will be, whether it's linking people to a web address, perhaps it's a phone number link or an email link. You can also link to another section of this landing page. So when you select section here, that's referring to the sections in this very landing page. So for example, you can add a button on the bottom of this page and make it link back to the top of the page, which would be section 1. Now let's add a form to the landing page. This tool gives you the ability to create your own form so that visitors can submit this information to you, and then they get automatically added to the GetResponse mailing list so you can stay in contact with them through GetResponse. All of the templates already come with some kind of a form, and you can either customize that existing form or simply create a new form. When you create a form, you'll have the option to create a static form or a pop-up form. The static form allows you to have a sign-up page form in your emails that's in a fixed position. I'd recommend you collect at least their first name, last name, and email address. This way you can have more personalized greetings when you send them an email like hello and then their first name. That always sounds better than just like a generic dear, sir, or something like that. By clicking on the web form fields, you can add additional fields for the information you might want to collect, and you can decide if those fields are required or not. You can also click on the fields themselves to edit things like text font and the background color that appear on your form. Now let's go over these pop-up forms. This obviously does not launch a new browser for the user. It's just a pop-up form that's built within the landing page. The sign-up form pops up and asks for their name and email address, and this is actually showing you a preview of what it will look like in the landing page. The settings below allow you to change things like the background of everything else when this pop-up comes out, or if you just want to leave it transparent. You can also adjust the delay of the pop-up to show. You can choose from several different effects. These animate exactly how the pop-up appears, and if you want the pop-up to repeat at all on your page. The exit pop-up form is pretty cool. It pops up if the user tries to leave the form. You can actually add this even on top of the static form. So if the user leaves the form on the website, this exit pop-up sign-up sheet comes up. The fixed bar pop-up is handy. This sign-up form stays at the top even as the user scrolls down. The image form allows you to upload an image along with your form. The scroll form makes it fixed in a corner even as the user scrolls up and down. So that's the forms element of GetResponse. Let's move on to some more of these elements. The countdown timer is always a helpful tool to create a sense of urgency. When you add this to the page, you can decide if it will be a standard timer that counts down to a specific time and date, or an evergreen timer that counts down from the moment a visitor reaches your page. Enter the specific date and time for your countdown and then click Save. This is actually a very effective tool when you want to let people know that there's a certain deadline for a call to action, and that creates that sense of urgency. Here you can also add videos to your page. All you need to know is the URL for the video, and you can embed it here on your page. With this element, you can add some basic shapes to your page. And here you can promote a webinar that you can also host using the GetResponse platform. If you or your company host webinars and you need a platform to host it, promote it, gather registrations to attend the webinar that automatically get added to your GetResponse contact list, well then this tool is very helpful with that. Moving down the menu, next we have your social media tools. And below that we have the PayPal integration. You'll want to activate this feature in order to use the Buy Now buttons by GetResponse. And here is the element where you can insert HTML code into your landing page. Maybe you have a widget or some code from your company website that you want to insert here on your landing page. That's very easy to do using this tool here. So that covers the menu of elements. Don't forget to click Save as you're working so you don't lose any progress. And when you're done with the desktop version of your landing page, you can go here and make any final adjustments to the mobile version of the page. Remember, you can edit this independently from the desktop version to make sure they're both dialed in exactly like you want it. And this little number here represents changes that I made in the desktop version that have affected the mobile view. So I can go in the mobile view, check that out, and make any final adjustments there. And when you're all done making the edits to the desktop version and the mobile version, click on the Next Step button to finalize your landing page. Here you'll have the opportunity to view and edit the SEO settings before your website goes live. You can also set the URL that will take people to your landing page. GetResponse can provide you with one of their own subdomains, or you can plug in an existing domain if you have one. The subscription setting lets you decide which contact list you would like any signups from this page to go to. You can also set the thank you page here. That's the page people see after they sign up on your page if you do offer a sign up form. You can decide to show them this thank you page that you created, or you can send them to an outside website if you'd like. And if you have any analytical tools, you can integrate them right here. Tools such as Google Analytics, Facebook Pixel. And when you're finally all done, you can click the Publish button, and this will make your page go live. So that's how you create a landing page in GetResponse. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to our channel, as we'll be doing more videos on GetResponse and other popular software that's out there. So